This is the iPhone SE, and this is Apple's budget phone. But the term budget doesn't exactly reflect the quality of this device. But let's jump into the obvious first. It's a small phone, especially going from the OnePlus 8 Pro down to this iPhone SE. The screen size, it's a huge contrast. But weirdly, and to my surprise, there's a lot of elements to the size of this phone and the construction of this phone that I kind of missed. After a few years of getting used to gestures and using gestures on phones, going back to a tactile button where you feel the click, where that type of thing is something that I kind of missed. Further into that, this phone only has Touch ID, and I kind of missed that too. I don't really have to be concerned about my face's position to the phone. It's just an easy click in and you're unlocked. But those are just my nostalgic 2 cents right there. So a quick moment for the channel sponsor, dbrand. Dbrand sells a lot of really dope skins, like this matte pink skin that I think looks really great on this phone. But they also sell the dbrand grip case, which not only looks great, but it's also super protective, and the buttons are so clicky. This is even coming from someone who's not a case person. I'm an avid caseless phone user, and this is actually a case that I consider using. So go down to the description, check out dbrand.com. It supports me, it supports them, and it supports your brand new phone from scrapes, scratches, and also ghouls and goblins. Bye. Now, going along with the form factor of this phone being a lot smaller, battery life, unfortunately, is not super great. I wouldn't exactly consider myself a power user. I consider myself an average user. I use social media from time to time. I'm on YouTube from time to time. Mainly it's emails and text messaging. And with that, I barely eke out a day. But one thing that does not disappoint is the camera, the single camera. And the photos that come out of this phone are pretty solid. It's nothing less than your average iPhone experience. Now, we do still retain portrait mode, albeit it's only for faces and subjects as opposed to everyday objects you may find, which is kind of a bummer, but at least the portrait mode photos that it produces of people, they look pretty good. And rounding it out, I don't miss having 2 or even 3 cameras for that matter. One focal length is completely fine for me. It gets the job done. It's kind of like when you bring a pie to a birthday party. I don't really know where that analogy is going, but yeah. But I think closing out this phone, it kind of checks a lot of boxes at a price point that's pretty tolerable. You're not gonna find many phones with this type of long-term performance or this type of camera quality at this price point. Now, I will say price conversion gets a little tricky, specifically in India. This phone is more expensive than the OnePlus 8. So in that respect, not really worth it. And even in the US, for that matter, this phone has competition. The Pixel 4 is $499. The OnePlus 7T is $499. And especially now that we're on the heels of the Pixel 4a about to release, this phone has competition. But yet somehow, in my eyes, this is still a compelling purchase. It's a safe buy. And you know, 6 months down the line, there's not gonna be any surprises. And that's the point of this phone. It's reliable. I would feel completely fine with giving this to someone and expecting them to be able to use this for 3+ years without any issue. But I feel like it says something when someone like me, who's privileged enough to be able to use the OnePlus 8 Pro or the iPhone 11 Pro Max, can easily transition to this iPhone SE as an everyday carry. I feel like that tells the whole story. Hi, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it immensely. You know, I don't exactly feel super comfortable about plugging this stuff all the time, but I will make the exception right now just because I'm very excited. And I think I speak for both Jake and I when I say this, but we've started a Patreon exclusive series called Brandon and Jacob and the Great Beyond that is actually premiering this month. It's a series where we step out of our comfort zone and we learn things that we didn't know before, either from other creators or from each other. We've been having a ton of fun making these episodes, and if it's something you'd be interested in, it's over on the Patreon. And with that, I'll leave you with a quick trailer of our first episode, cooking. Okay, bye.
Today we'll be cooking. So we're gonna make a salad, because salads are easy. And then we're gonna make kasha.
Kasha. Guys, I'm cooking.
But
oh shit.
Pinkies up. Yep.
Okay.
Keep your thumb out of the way, yeah.
I will keep my Mom, I love you.
You could use beef stock.
My
you could use
God, that is strong.
You're okay. Give me the plate.
God. I have a knife.
Okay, yes you do.
Do you call that crushing?
Sure, yeah.
I'm a virgin. Oh yeah, you see that spin? Let's get that on replay real quick. That's delicious. Do I get to plate mine? You get to plate yours?
Sure. We should have a third cam for this.
Hello, third cam. Okay. I saw Gordon Ramsay do this once. 3, 2,